you have a uncle or an uncle or a grandmother or an aunt or somebody that's got some kind of a disease, and you look back at the family's medical history and you say, I wonder if I have inherited some serious genetic problems like heart disease or diabetes or even cancer. Well, there's some real good news for all of us. Your genes don't have to control your life. Through your behavior, you can turn your genes on or off, and it's called epigenetics. Epigenetics, it is the cutting edge of medicine right now, and our health reporter, Laurie Johnson, is going to explain more about this new science.
If you wish your ancestors gave you better DNA, you're not alone. Epigenetics expert Dr. Sarah Gottfried says we could all use an upgrade in that department.
I've tested a lot of people over the past 12 years in terms of genomics, and everyone has 2 to 5 not so great genes.
Including herself.
I happen to have a problem with genes related to weight gain. So I have one gene in particular called the fatso gene, FTO, and it just makes me programmed to be about 200 pounds no matter what I do.
But as you can see, Dr. Gottfried silenced it.
So one of the ways of turning the switch off for the FTO gene is to eat a low-carb diet, kind of the right amount of carbs, mostly from vegetables. The other thing that I do is I exercise for a minimum of 30 to 60 minutes a day. So high-intensity interval training is really good for me in terms of silencing this gene and making sure that it's not raising my body mass index and making me fatter.
Some people are afraid to take these DNA tests because they don't want to know if they have a bad gene like the one for Alzheimer's. But many experts say it's better to know because there are ways to silence these genes. For instance, in his book, The End of Alzheimer's, researcher Dr. Dale Bredesen lists dozens of lifestyle changes that have proven effective in squelching the Alzheimer's gene for hundreds of patients.
If there are specific exposures, you want to get rid of those. If there are specific nutritional changes, you want to address those. If there are hormonal changes, you want to address those. If there are inflammatory changes, address those.
For example, eating a low-sugar diet, taking certain supplements like curcumin, and avoiding neurotoxic chemicals such as synthetic fragrances.
Alzheimer's disease is no longer a mystery. You don't have to say, we don't know why you get it, we don't know what to do about it. We do know why you get it, we do know what to do about it, and we know how to prevent it.
In his book, Change Your Genes, Change Your Life, Dr. Kenneth Pelletier says DNA is not our destiny.
At first, I thought, like everyone, that genetics determines who we are. Color of your hair, your height, the diseases you'll get, how long you'll live. And then as I got further into it, I realized that was not the case.
For example, twins with the same genes but different lifestyles often experience different health outcomes.
So there may be a 40% that one twin will have heart disease, but not the other. It's very low with cancer, maybe 30%. So all of these very strong genetic pushes for major diseases were not showing up in the twin studies. And they said, what's going on here? And that was the beginning of kind of epigenetics.
So when it comes to our genes, our behavior can carry consequences for ourselves and our ancestors.